Good morning. Welcome to the Loretta Brown Show and radio to open the heart, heal the soul, and awaken the consciousness. And it's pretty this morning, Benny.
I think a great day.
A great day.
And a great way to enjoy your unicorn Starbucks
yes,
drink.
Thank you.
Apparently everyone's doing that right now.
Yeah, I hope you have your unicorn drink.
I'm not going to try one. In fact, my neighbor yesterday, I came home after work, and their son had one. And so, of course, I grilled him on the questions because that's what I do. And he barely had any of it because that seems to be the trend as far as most people drink it, and it's either too sour or too sweet. That's the whole point. So for how much you paid for it, it almost sounds like it's a waste. However, it's a novelty thing, and I think go for it. If you want to try it, go for it. Not for me. I'm not a sour drinker type. But again, it's a mixture of and sugary. Well, we're not going to talk about
it's a
flour,
sweet and sour. But
right. I feel like today is that day, which brings it in. So get out there and enjoy it.
Magic. Yeah,
you're right, magic in a cup.
Magic in a cup. I'm not really big on sweet stuff. Like if it's too sweet and.
Well, some people are. They're the whole sweet and sour, sweet and savory type thing.
Yeah.
Not in a cold drink.
Well, if I got sweet and sour chicken or something, I'm happy about that.
That's a hot item, though.
That's
See,
different.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if you're curious, get out there and try it.
Yeah, and I like salted, caramels or something.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. That's more of a warm. It's not cold. See where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do. I get it.
So if you're out there right now and you have one, call us. I want to know.
We do. Yeah, please call in if you've got one of those unicorn drinks. We want to know about it.
Or a picture of you finishing it.
That's right.
That's the other thing. I have yet to see anyone that's actually finished an entire version of any size.
That's right.
Just because.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm done.
right.
I'm done with my rant.
I think that the unicorn is what's selling it. Yeah. I'm going to start unicorn Reiki. Yep. That's what I'm going to do.
So it's for a limited time?
For a limited time,
right.
one time only.
One time only, right.
It will be very directed and focused for the healing, the magical healing powers.
Show up with a unicorn outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Talking about outfits, I did my talk at SakuraCon this past weekend.
Yeah.
It was standing room only.
Good.
Yeah, it was wonderful turnout, and it was fun. I did dress up as a Shinto priestess just for the fun of it.
I saw the picture. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I got compliments from, people, so when people say something nice, I figure I did okay. Yeah.
You should probably say thank you back, too.
Thank you. I did. I said
thank
you back.
You
Well, they had purple hair and alien ears and things like that. But it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I saw
part of the event, right?
Yeah. I went to see the samurai swordsman. That was amazing. Those masters of that. And people got to come up and they didn't get to try the swords, but they got to try some of the moves. And they were having
some of the moves.
Well, they were having trouble taking the master down. It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. I bet many challenges were.
Yeah,
offered.
He just looks like he just goes barely
swipes.
waves his hand and down they go, and they're just and he's just sitting there, right? It's like that.
I guess I would totally try that. But.
Yeah, it's fun. It was really, really fun. So to everybody that came out and people that came and listened to my talk, thanks so much. It was fun, and as always, I just love promoting what I do, Reiki, because I've got, as far as I'm concerned, the best job in the world. And I am Loretta Brown. I'm the owner of Reiki Oasis, located right here in Bellevue, Washington, which is the east side of Seattle. And we're in our 22nd year in business and offer all kinds of wonderful things, Reiki training and Reiki sessions, guided meditations. I do sound healing work, hypnotherapy, and I specialize in past life regression work. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out at ReikiOasis.com. And you can make appointments for workshops or individual sessions at schedule.reikioasis.com. And do not put www in front of it or http. It's just schedule.reikioasis.com. It takes you right there to the scheduling page, and you can set it up right there. So thanks to my webmaster, Indigo Hawk, for his brilliance in helping to get that all set up. And talking about classes, this coming Saturday, which is the day after tomorrow, we will be having Temple of the Divine Feminine, and that will start around 12:30 in the afternoon, go to about 5. This class is by invitation only, and so if you want to attend, you need to send me an email to Loretta@ReikiOasis.com, indicating that you're interested, and we go from there. And really the only reason is because we do have a certain dynamic in that class. We're doing very, very deep healing work with women, and I always provide a very, very safe, healthy environment for people to do that sort of deep work. And also, space is limited, so that's kind of how it is. Sunday, this coming Sunday, April 23rd, we have Reiki Sharing Circle at 11:30 in the morning. And then about 1:15, 1:30, we have the monthly class for the Reiki Masters. And we're going to be really talking about how to give a complete Reiki session, and all of the taking questions from all of you, because everybody's practicing, and we're just going to kind of cover some of those, what I call the basic things. But, we have to have our basic knowledge in order to move forward into mastery of anything that we're doing. So that will be this Sunday. And then Saturday, April 29th, is Reiki Level 2. For those of you that have been through Reiki 1 and you're ready for Reiki 2, you'll need to sign up for that at schedule.reikioasis.com. I'd like to put a little shout out to Christopher Diggins, and thank you. It was really great being on your show on Monday. And of course, Christopher did a little guest cameo appearance on my show. And so check out his show. It's on Monday mornings at 8 a.m., which is the same time as my show, just a different day. So I think, if you're out in your car and you're turning your radio on at 8, you're probably getting some really good radio, especially from this radio station. Excuse me. I want to remind you we are listener supported, and if you like the show and you want more of it, check us out at patreon.com/thelorettabrown.show.com, and you can do a one-time donation, or you can do a monthly donation, and believe me, $1 helps. So whatever it is that you can do. And some of the bigger donations, you get some really wonderful things in return. So we always give back when we're given, because that's the law of receptivity, or give and take, the law of balance, which the universe keeps track of. Now, this is going to be a call-in show, and I'm going to give the number out already. And that call-in is for those of you that would love to have an angel message, or it's, a lot of people call in and they'll say, what do my angels have to say to me this morning? And they quite often have something to say. But if you have a specific question, that always helps. Like if I was to go to my mother and say, hey, Mom, what do you have to say to me today? She'll say, well, I don't know, brush your hair, right?
Even though it looks fine.
Yeah, even though it looks fine. Or I love you, or here's some breakfast.
Which
right?
is a given.
Yeah, that's true.
We should all love people.
We should, Yeah, especially those with the unicorn drink. No.
Right. So those are the specifics we're looking for. Unicorn drinks.
That's right, unicorn drinks. But the number at the radio station is 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. And sometimes all of you listening, we're just having some fun, and we want to share it with you because we need to lighten up sometimes. Yep, that's what we need to do.
And that's what unicorns do. I like how they're turning the show around unicorns. It'll probably be gone before you know it, the show itself.
I feel like we should talk about unicorns.
Next week, mermaids.
Yeah, exactly.
Or mermen.
Mermen. Yeah, don't leave them out. I'm a merman. Of my fishtail. They don't do shows about that. They always have the mermaids. Why don't they have a movie about a merman? I don't know.
I think it would be a 50-50 type thing. Give more love to the other.
Yeah. I'm just saying, any of you creative people out there, see now I can tell that some people's minds are starting to go crazy. And some people's minds are like, oh my goodness, what are we listening to, right?
That's kind of what I'm going with.
So I want to put a little shout out to my friend TB Bodicon and his business, Senior Care. He's a senior care advisor, and his business is A1 Senior Care Advisors. And if you have elderly parents or elderly people and they're at a place in their life where they need to get a little bit more care, and you don't know where to go, you don't know where to turn, which would be, like me, I'd be like, wow, who do I call? You want to call A1 Senior Care Advisors because they can help you find the best and most appropriate assisted living adult family home or dementia Alzheimer's care facilities. And they are committed to help families navigate the complexity of elder care on all levels. And boy, don't we need this help. And the very best part is that they are a free local senior housing and care referral service. They are free. They don't charge you. So if you're interested in that, once again, call A1 Senior Care Advisors, my friend TB Bodicon, and their number is 425-324-5592. And that number again is 425-324-5592. And that number is for A1 Senior Care Advisors and help placing those people that you love in the right facility so that you don't have to worry about that. Now, we've had a couple of really big things happen astrologically, and the first one is, yay, Venus is direct. Yay, yippee. It's now moving forward, and so for all of you that have been struggling with love,
wait, so Mercury retrograde is over?
No.
Oh, no, man.
No. I'll get to Mercury in a second.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to say that.
No.
All right, we'll stick with love.
We're talking about Venus, then I'll talk about Mercury. Okay. But Mercury's retrograde is not really bad right now. It is in retrograde.
It's terrible for us. The last 3 days here have been just, I don't even want to get into it. I'm stressing.
I have to tell you that when Mercury's retrograde, I do often have trouble with my technology.
Well, that's what I do on a daily basis. All right, sorry. We can come back to that.
No. Since you brought it up, we'll go there. Yeah, because Mercury is retrograde.
Sorry, detouring the show.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But Mercury is retrograde, but there is another very important Mercury cycle starting on the 20th, which is today, right? In the middle of Mercury retrograde. And it's a very, very rare conjunction. Okay. It's very rare. But I'm going to tell you. Like the unicorns. See? That's right. I love how everything ties together. And it starts when Mercury retrograde meets the sun in a certain, I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but it's going to help all of us move forward into new beginnings. Ooh.
I like that.
So it does mean that today and tomorrow, there's very intense energy in the sky because, like I said, Venus is doing its thing too. But for those of you that know anything about your charts, this is particularly benefit if you have Gemini or Virgo rising. You have planets or angles around 0 degree Taurus or 0 degree Cancer, and the sun in Gemini or Virgo, especially for the men. If that means, when I say your sun sign is in Gemini or Virgo, that's, when people say, what's your astrological sign? Most people answer with their sun sign, right? So if you're a Virgo or a Gemini and you're a man, this is particularly good. And if your moon is in Gemini or Virgo for a woman, it's particularly good. So you have to know a little bit about your chart. But it is a time for new beginnings and a new cycle of growth because it's occurring in the middle of Mercury's 3 weeks of retrograde.
See?
And so it acts in some ways sort of like a new moon, and it asks us to initiate projects and get organized.
So a little reprieve. Okay.
And this cycle is going to last 4 months. So even when Mercury goes direct, right, this cycle that I'm talking about right now is going to go on for 4 months. And so it is ideal to kickstart and complete what I call medium-term projects, things that are going to take about 4 months to get done. So especially projects that involve the qualities of Mercury, such as writing, teaching, structuring, organizing, traveling, commerce, or communication of any kind. So if you've been thinking about writing something, this is a good time to do it. And today's the best day to start anything. So Mercury, the Roman god of commerce and travel, was the counterpart of the Greek god Hermes, the messenger of the gods. And in astrology, Mercury rules not only travel, commerce, and communication, but also the processes of the mind. Now, astrologically, we actually know very little about Mercury. The close proximity between Mercury and the Sun makes it difficult to observe it and interpret it. However, given that it's so close to the Sun, we can say that Mercury, even if it stays invisible most of the time in the sky, is the most familiar energy to the self. And that's self with a big S. The Mercury cycle, just like all the planetary synodic cycles, is part of a continuous spiral of growth, with the retrograde marking the point when we shift from one state of Mercury to the next. And there's actually 4 states of Mercury. I'm not going to go into that. The Sabian symbol for the Mercury cycle starting April 20th, today, is a clear mountain stream, signifying the pure, uncontaminated, and spontaneous manifestation of one's own nature. So it's clarity. The Mercury cycle is especially significant not only because it occurs at highly potent degrees, but also because Mercury spends an unusual amount of time around Uranus due to its slow move around the direct station. So Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, and this prolonged conjunction will catapult Mercury's qualities. It'll amplify them. So any project that's requiring innovative thinking and creativity is highly favored right now. It's especially beneficial, like I said, to start that project exactly when the cycle commences, which is today or tomorrow, right? And like I said, it's going to last for 4 months. And it is well known that the ideal timeline for a project is from 3 to 4 months, because that's enough time to, delve into the topic and do your research and test and build and analyze your outputs. And then, because things that go beyond 4 months have a tendency to lose their momentum. And so you always want to keep your projects within this time frame. So that's a really great information for those of you. I know some people are thinking about new projects or new businesses, and this is going to be a time to do that. Now, in addition to that, now that we talked about the unicorn moving forward, we're going to talk about Venus for a second. And then just reminding you that you can call in anytime at 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569 for a little angel message or for a question. And once again, if you're feeling that tug or that flutter of the heart, that always indicates that you are the one to call in, because your questions benefit not only yourself, but everybody listening. There's always somebody else that needs to hear what it is that the angels have to say to you. So, since late January, Venus has been in her retrograde season. And since March, Venus has gone retro. She's been moving back and forth, and we've had all kinds of, my goodness, heightened love lessons, lessons about self-love or prosperity, and huge romantic revisiting is what I'm going to say. A lot of my clients have come in and said, oh my goodness, they'll go, Loretta, somebody contacted me. I haven't talked to them since I was in high school, or I haven't talked to them for 30 years, and suddenly we're in contact, and it's quite often an old love interest. And people, when that happens, when your stuff comes back around, will have a tendency to revisit it with the same energy that we had when it happened. And it's always good to, the sky is really asking us, is this what you wanted? Is it what you want? And if you're in relationship, how's it going, right? So the Venus retrograde has had a lot of vulnerability. And the key signature was the meeting of Venus and Chiron in the sky. And so we're getting to this point at the last moment at the end of this week, which is now. This is a time to be deeply honest with yourself when it comes to matters of heart, love, and how we value ourselves and our ability to attract into our lives what we want. So how are you doing with that? Are you getting what you want? Are you getting love? Are you getting prosperity? Are you getting the job? A lot of people are moving right now, by the way. I've had a lot of people just suddenly decide to move. And this has something to do with at least one near dear association with at least one key person in your life. And the question is, do you truly love this person? Or do you truly love it, right, if it's not a person? And if we don't, can we be truly honest about it with ourselves? Because that's always an act of courage. And sometimes we have to stop running. We have to just stop for a moment and examine that. So with Venus meeting Chiron, the truth as to whether we truly love him or her or this situation or the consequences of the answer are particularly high and raise our vulnerability to face consequences less than ideal due to Saturn speaking to Venus as well. So it might feel like there's a mountain to climb. And if we're honest with the answer, if you truly love him or her or it, especially with where you're at this point of your life, if you can answer that honestly, then you have to take ownership of that answer. Maybe somebody else could do it, huh? But especially if we don't know the answer, we'll end up with the answer that we end up with, right? So we want to become a little bit more proactive with this. And that's where faith can enter the picture, because it's an understanding that there's a part of life where faith is not really knowing the outcome, but you're going to trust anyway, and you're going to trust it even if you trusted it before and it led you down a bad path, especially with romance. How many of you have ever had your heart broken and you're like, I am never doing that again. I'm just going to make my heart a rock. I'm going to put a big wall in front of it. I'm going to say, don't do that. I had someone in not too long ago, and they were talking about how they want to be open to a relationship, but they find that when they're dating somebody that they're constantly looking for the negative, right? Like, what's wrong with them? Like, like he doesn't know what to say. He's uncomfortable. I don't know, maybe she's talking too much. And I think we just need to step back from that a little bit because, they're nervous too, and they might have had their heart broken. And they might be over there doing the same thing, going, this is just way too much work. It's taking too much energy. I just don't think I can do this. So right now, you're kind of being asked to open your heart, to look inside, to have a little talk with yourself, and just to say, wow, am I ready? Am I ready now to do things different? Can I let go of whatever I've been hauling around? Realizing that a lot of those old stories, my friend, are just the ego talking. The ego gets upset about stuff. And then it can hang on to it like a little child throwing a fit. And when you go, you know what, that's just my ego. It's all right. I'm going to make a decision that might not be according to the textbook, but I'm going to have faith that it's going to be okay because I'm resilient. I believe in myself. I know I can do this. So, as you know, wisdom can be hard earned. And as much as we want it, we earn it through going through some pain once in a while. And we do try to avoid pain. It's natural. We're human beings. We want love. We want things to be good. But love and life are not always full of pleasure. When I'm climbing a mountain, I love climbing. I like to get up to the heights and look out across it. But there's times when I'm going, wow, this part of the trail is super steep. I'm getting all scuffed up here. So we want to ask ourselves, where do we create situations by mixing love and pain together? And where is it that we put love and pain together and really we should be pursuing pleasure, or we should be saying to ourselves, wait a minute, what am I doing? Maybe this relationship is really not working and I just don't want to admit it because it takes work to get out of a relationship. Sometimes it takes courage. And then, it's like cleaning your house. If you haven't cleaned your house in a while, it's just going to take a while to clean it up. That's all there is to it. So there's wisdom to be able to garner the differences between, okay, this is a relationship that's growing, and so it's going to require some work, and this just is not working. So be wise where love is involved and ask for love to be healthy. And where it is challenging in a way that's painful, ask yourself, does this really need to be painful? Because it doesn't always have to be painful. And maybe you could let the past go. So whether it's a romantic situation that love is calling forth, or whether it's about our work or understanding our service on the planet or understanding our life purpose or being a parent, or wherever we've been asked to bring love now, where are we creating unnecessary pain, and where can we bring reverence and faith? And where can we change things and reject unnecessary pain and embrace challenges that can make us healthier and stronger? Where are we contributing to our own drama? And are you addicted to drama? And where is it we need to let the drama go and embrace a more sane and peaceful life and all the joy that entails? So these are part of the choices that are going on with Venus right now, and of course even with Mercury, and they're not easy choices to make, especially if we've been in these old patterns a long time. And don't you just want something fresh? Aren't you ready? It's spring. It's beautiful. It's going to be nice weather. You can get that unicorn drink. Yeah.
I just found another video of some kid trying it. I'll show you at the break.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So Venus is talking to Mars and is asking us to trust our instincts. Oh, wow. And maybe we don't know everything, but we're excited. There's no guarantees, but we'll take action to get us to joy. And sometimes you will love and it won't work out, but you can look back and go, you know what? There was joy there. And we will see where this was, and we'll take that chance again. So this week, Venus is really helping us see the limitations. And we can get smart, and we can challenge ourselves, and sometimes we can know, and sometimes we don't know, and sometimes we're silly, and that's what life is all about. So the energy this week, throwing us forward into a little bit of intensity, or maybe a lot of intensity, when we are faced with change and shifting. And we're feeling that right out. It's been this way all week, so if you've had an intense week, yep, that's what's going on. And the other thing going on, of course, is we've got all this energy flowing down to the planet, and we've got a lot of changes. So all of my empath friends, I want you to just take good care of yourself. Remember, you don't have to take everything on from the people around you or from all the events of life. And so just kind of exhale a little bit and breathe in some of that lovely energy. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're just going to keep talking. That's what we're going to do. That's why we're here.
Yeah, we're taking your calls. So if you want to give us a jingle for your angel reading, 425-373-5527 or 888-298-5569. We're here for you.
Welcome back to the Loretta Brown Show. I was like, where am I? What am I doing?
Well, we came up with some more stumbling facts here about this new unicorn Starbucks drink. Apparently, it's got enough calories and/or, sugar as 3 Snicker bars.
That's right.
So if you have that much sugar, you're definitely going to get away.
And those are not the little tiny mini bite bars.
No,
those
we're talking full-size, just
Snicker
full-size bars. Not the king-size bars, the regular size bar. But that's just unreal.
You'd be zinging off the wall and then crash to the bottom. Yeah. I think you would feel like you could fly, like a flying unicorn. I think that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Well, they do.
Anyway, I hope you're enjoying us. The show today is a call-in show.
When have you not seen a unicorn fly? I see them all the time.
I could fly. Yeah, exactly. Flying unicorns. Yeah. It's a call-in show for angel messages, and it is the Loretta Brown Show. The number at the radio station is 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. And do call in. It's just lovely to be able to talk to the angels, and that's what we're doing. So give us a call. And I think we have a caller.
We do. And if you'd like to join us again, it's 425-373-5527 or 888-298-5569. Alexa is calling in from Seattle. Hello, Alexa. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Good morning, Alexa.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
You are so welcome.
I was really enjoying the discussion, and I thought maybe I would see if you could do a reading for my partner, who his name is David, and he is having a really hard time. He's had a lot of troubles in his life for the last year come up, but he just is having a really hard time with all the different shifts and energies. He's quite sensitive, and he gets really negative, so it just compounds itself, and so I thought maybe if there was an angel reading, it might be helpful to give him some perspective, because he's sort of digging into himself, and getting really just, it's just having a hard time, just nothing he can manage very well, within himself. He's getting through his days and everything, but emotionally it's been very difficult.
Yeah. First of all, my heart goes out to him and to you and thank you for holding this space so well. Right now, I have to tell you, what I call the people born without skin, the sensitive people, the angelic human people, are having a very difficult time with, because there's a couple of things going on. We not only have fear has been stirred up like crazy, and it does not matter to me, what people's political views are. In all respect, I call our president the trumpet, because there's a loud call out right now globally for all of us to really wake up. This is the year of cleansing, the year of awakening, the year of rising up. And whenever we have this sort of intense energy, which will be the only time we run into it in our lifetimes, there are people on the planet that will take it in and take it personally. So the best advice that I can give him from the angels is do his best to detach from the situations. Now, easier said than done, as you know. And to remember that in these human bodies, that we are dealing with an ego and a personality, as well as our higher divine self that lives right here in us and with us. And so when you start to get pulled down, when it starts to shut down, because I can feel it starts to shut him down on the right across from the throat down through maybe the belly, across the heart area, like he's just shutting down, and then it hurts, and he's just struggling, like thrashing around a little bit is what the guides are saying. And to remember to just start by exhaling, and this is physical now. It's very physical in the body, this energy. And just exhaling, and then the very next thing that happens is you have to inhale and make sure that he's looking up with the eyes closed, tipping the head up, almost like rolling the eyes up in the head, looking up into light, the most beautiful divine light that he can imagine, and calling on Archangel Michael to help. And you can do this too. Anybody can do this. And you look up and you just exhale all the negativity out of the body and allow the divine light to come down in and begin to clear you out. And the angels will come in that energy also, because they will help heal that. And then anything that has to do with nature. So taking a walk in nature, having a little plant and just gently touching the plant and loving it, giving gratitude for the natural world will help decompress what's going on there. And then there's some basic things. Water, they're saying that the anxiety and stress and fear is making it difficult to absorb the water. And so make sure that he's got micronutrients and things like that. It's like basic care because a chronic state of anxiety and fear, of turmoil, begins to shut down our energy and disconnects us from the greater aspect of who we are. Yeah, grief and depression block our higher chakras, and we'll get stuck in kind of a negative spiral. So that is a lot. But they're saying to allow Archangel Michael to take his flaming sword and cut away any attachments to fear or drama, so that he can be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and in the world and in this situation. You see, peace is here. And when we just realize it's hanging in the air all around us, then we can go, oh, wait a minute. Let me exhale the fear and anxiety, and let me just consciously connect with peace, which is here, right now. Okay, does that help?
Yeah, a lot. Yes, thank you for being specific too.
Yeah.
I will share this with him, and maybe he'll listen to the show, but the rebroadcast. But I this is very helpful just for me, because sometimes I will help him along when he's there's progress, but he will admit too that it steps like one step forward, two steps back, and it's like a standstill at this point, sort of.
Yeah.
So this is very, very helpful. Yeah.
So he
definitely.
can start moving ahead, and then also the angels are very clear for you to take self-care, care of self, and when we hold space for someone, it's a beautiful thing. But we also want to make sure that we're doing what's good for us too. Don't carry him too far, because he has the strength within him to do this.
Yes. Thank you. No, I am clear about that. I think some of my question is sort of for me too, because I don't know how to help, and if there's something that I can have him either, I don't know how it will come up that I would share, either just for me to know or just for me to share with him. And, I don't think he'd mind if I told him I called in, or if he listened to the recording.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine with it. But for everybody listening, because this is a question I get asked a lot, like, how do we help other people? Remember that you are a vibrational being just like they are. You're vibrating. And your emotions and your thoughts emit from you. You emote them. And you can pick up on other people's emoted energies, and you can also send it out. So you always want to come back to the self and say, what am I sending out? And if I'm sending out worry and fear and anxiety, it's normal and natural to worry about people, but doesn't really help. And so you can say to yourself, wow, I'm worried about that person. And then, because we have this lovely energy, we have beautiful things that we can do, we can simply say, wow, let me exhale that. Let me connect to my higher self and the light, and let me emit a higher loving vibration, a peaceful vibration, a calm vibration, and stay within a spectrum of without drama. Is what they're saying. Don't go too high, because if you go too high with emotion, then you're going to drop low. So the middle ground, just sort of a gentle rolling up and down, realizing you're human, and no one's asking for, angelic perfection from you. They're just saying, hey, you are where you're at, and so be the most lovely person you can be, and that will invite him to be his lovely self.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely work on that too. Make sure I keep that in check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much.
Right.
It's really helpful, very beautiful, and I really appreciate and very touched by it. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in, and blessings to you. Your angels love you very much. Very,
thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thanks, Alexa, for calling in. 888-298-5569 is the number, or 425-373-5527. There's two of them to choose from. So let's stay here locally in Seattle. We have Jean calling in. Hello, Jean.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning, Jean. Thanks.
Good morning, Loretta.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm a little puzzled about how I felt over the past month. I've not felt the energy that I normally feel, and I don't feel like I'm thriving, like I'm really excited about my life, and yet there's plenty of evidence that I could be, and I'm just a little puzzled about what's going on.
Yeah, you feel like you're there's a heaviness on you.
Yes.
And the heaviness, I'm just going to say it like this, which is not to startle you or anything, but I want to talk a little bit to people and to you also about what we call attachments. Don't get freaked out by that, okay?
Okay.
It's not bad.
I won't be.
Okay. When we go through life, any and all of us, and I tell it to people like this, when I walk around in the world, dust falls on me, right? Rain falls on me, and I take a shower. I'm so glad. And so are you.
Yeah. Right.
And so sometimes we just get a little bit dirty, And so the guides are saying that remember that we live in a natural world. And we have a lot of technology. We've got a lot of stuff flying through the air. Yeah. And it simply will attach to people and sometimes lay on them. You look to me like on your forehead and kind of on the head, you just have a little bit of blockage there is the way I would say it. Yeah. And so it's keeping you from being able to open up to the joy that is right here. So there's some grief and there's some sadness and just some heaviness and questioning of the self, like, well, you know, is this okay? Is this not okay? And, right, that kind of thing. And yeah. And so they're saying just right here, right now, in this moment, we're going to send some beautiful golden energy raining down over the top of you, and we're just going to kind of pull that out. And so just take a deep breath, and as you exhale, just let that go and let it come right off of you. And just imagine it's just going off. It's just lifting, like somebody's just pulling something out of you. And just keep breathing on that, and then imagine that light, that golden light shining down on you, and start to breathe that in. Because what's going on with you is very energetic.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And they want you to relax. And once again, here's a message about nature, this natural world we live in. Make sure that you're looking up at the sky, that you're looking at the tree, that you're breathing and moving the body. And remember that nature has this wonderful relationship with us where we can exhale all of our toxic energy out into nature, and it loves it. It drinks it out, eats it like creme brulee, right? and then all of nature exhales, you know, beautiful things, and we breathe that in. And so they're saying just it's springtime. Get outside a little bit. And even if you can't get outside, take a break from whatever you're doing and look up and move around and get the air moving inside the body and freshen it up.
Okay.
Internal house cleaning.
Internal house cleaning.
Uh-huh. They're also saying you can imagine Archangel Michael vacuuming you out.
Love that.
Giant Archangel Michael vacuum cleaner. I think it's blue.
That's great.
See how wonderful it is when you laugh?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's part of what needs to happen. Okay. They say you're stewing. You're sitting in your stew. So just get out of the stew. Yeah.
I need to move around and get out of it. Okay.
Yeah. Change your posture, change your position, and stop saying to yourself, "Oh my goodness, I'm not joyful like I should be." Just say, "Oh, I'm going to be joyful today. I'm going to laugh about that silly unicorn drink and Ben and Loretta," right?
If you get one, call us back and tell us how it is.
Yeah.
I'm not getting one. It's not good for you.
All right, well, good for you.
Good for you.
That's another
good choice.
Why, yeah.
You see how good you are already making good choices, just like that.
You got to do it. A few more minutes left in the show. We'll take Eugenia now calling in from Kirkland. Hello, Eugenia.
Hi.
Good morning.
Thank you for taking my call, Loretta.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm relating to everything, of course, that everybody's talking about, and what you were talking about, anxiety and not feeling safe and all that right now in the world. I've been having a lot of that, and so I just kind of want to see what the angels have to say.
They're saying that, and this message is for you and for many people listening, whether we ever want to admit to ourselves or not, we are somewhat responsible for what we've created. And that also means we have the power to change it, right?
Yes.
And so they're wanting you to just it's a common message this morning. They want you, first of all, to relax your throat because you tighten up, right? And when we tighten the throat is connected to our creative chakra, our second chakra, and it makes it difficult for us to create bounty and abundance and beauty if we're tight. You know, because tightness is sending a message out that I'm afraid and I'm anxious and I can't find my voice and I'm not sure who I am. You know, and I'm having a lack of confidence, right? And so just relax that. Just relax the throat. And they're saying trust more in your creative ability. Trust more. You are a powerful creator. And you can manifest and you can heal according to divine will, and you can create peace and you can create blessings for yourself and everyone. You can do this. And so they're reminding you of your personal power to change anything by changing your own framework around that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And also, you know, there's a little message in there, and they're saying it's for the many, of remembering that what you focus on, you create.
Of course.
Now, it's so simple. I mean, we say it like it's, oh, wow, that's so simple, right? Yeah. And then what do? It's the proverbial, don't think about the pink elephant. And then I'm thinking about the pink elephant.
Right.
Because who wouldn't want to think about a pink elephant, right? Unless you're thinking about a unicorn drink, right?
It is so true, right? We're like, oh, yeah, don't think about that. Don't look. Don't think about that.
Yeah. And so what I tell myself is I say, you have permission to think about the pink elephant, but then we're going to think about something even better. So if I find myself going, oh God, the trumpet, oh dear, what's going on, right? Then I say, okay. So I need to attend to myself. It's a navigational tool. I can say, wow, what do I really need today? Why am I so upset? What's going on? Okay. And sometimes the basics, we need water, we need sleep, we need some protein, right? You know, we need green leafy vegetables, you know, that kind of stuff. And sometimes we need that. And sometimes we need to be our soft place to land.
We need what? Say that again.
We need to be our very own soft place to land. That means when my inner little girl is frightened, that I come up and she can come to me and I can go, there, it's all right. There is an adult in the room. I'm here. So just let me hold you and let's relax a little bit and let's just check and see what's really going on. Do we need to be alarmed, or is it just a scary story? Right?
Yeah, thank you. I have one question about, they said relax the throat, which is interesting. Any specifics on how to do that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I bring my attention to my throat, and I just simply take a deep breath, and as I exhale, I imagine I'm relaxing the jaw. So relax the jaw, and imagine you're opening the throat, and that big hairball stuck in your craw is you're just going to exhale that.
That's funny. I'm a Leo, so the cat, right? I got that one.
Thank goodness.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so just relax the jaw and then just release whatever is feeling
just exhale it. Yeah,
exhale.
Just exhale it. You always want to just focus on exhaling, because the very next thing after that is you're going to inhale light into the throat. Okay, and then let that exhalation go from your throat down to the belly, and also relax your womb.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, because everything's tight. And then send your roots straight down into the earth.
And then right into the earth. Oh, that's perfect.
That's right. And then drink deeply from the center of the earth up into the body, and just let that come up like roots in a tree.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
You're so welcome. Be blessed.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Bye.
We have time real quick for one more, maybe? Okay.
Yes. We'll take Janine calling in from Seattle. Hello, Janine. You're the lucky one.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Janine. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic.
I'm just calling in. Really, there's a lot of things I could go on. There's a lot of things.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
So finances, and I had kind of an upsetting experience recently. Not serious, but I had applied for a job I really wanted, and they offered it to me, and then it all kind of fizzled because we couldn't come to terms on the salary.
Yeah.
And so now I'm kind of down because I've never had that happen before, and I feel kind of like, oh, okay, great. So I'm just stuck here at the same job, and really needing to take that next step in advancement in my career. And I also feel like I really need that financially.
Yeah.
So
okay. First of all, the angels want to just hold you and say, we're so sorry. Okay. So they just want to do that for you and love you and they want you to know you haven't done anything wrong. It's just one of these things that happens sometimes. And the bottom line very, very quickly is there's something better coming. Okay? Something better is coming. So they don't want you to fall back into the old pattern of saying, oh my goodness, I'm stuck in this job for the rest of my miserable life, right? They want you to change that and go, in the meantime, I'm at this job and I am now opening myself up to receive the job that my heart truly desires. And I'm asking, and then be very specific what you want. Order it up like on a menu and say, I want that or something even better. And go there. Every time you start to fall into that negativity, you just say, oh, look what I'm doing. I'm doing that old thing. That's not working. It's dry and dusty. So I am moving on, and I'm getting a new job, and I'm going to get more money, and this is going to be a great year.
Wonderful.
All right? And,
sounds good.
And they say really order it up. It's the menu. Okay?
Yep. Got it.
All right. Be blessed. And to everybody listening, thanks so much for listening. This is the Loretta Brown Show. You can find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com. And you can schedule yourself at schedule.ReikiOasis.com. Be blessed. Love each other. Be kind to each other. We'll talk to you next time.